Thank you all for coming to this convention. As many of you may know, the Articles of Confederation are not getting the job done, so we need to replace it with a government that can actually help the people. The first order of business is to determine the structure of the government.
I got an idea.
Mr. Madison, the floor is yours.
So, we in Virginia want to propose this idea of a government made up of three branches: the executive, the legislative, and the judicial.
Great. Let's focus on each branch individually, and then we can see how they will all function together.
Of course, Mr. President. I mean, Mr. Washington.
Mr. Madison, I would appreciate it if you would stop asking me to be this country's president, despite my repeated rejections.
Mr. Washington, would you please just accept the role of being this country's president?
You know what? Sure.
Really?
No.
That's just mean.
Let's stay on topic here. All right, this legislative branch. Does anyone have any idea? We in New Jersey have a plan.
Oh, that's so cute that itty bitty New Jersey has their itty bitty plan. Yes, you're so cute. Sorry, bud. The grown-ups are talking here. Virginia proposes a bicameral legislature.
Obviously, we all know what that means. Nerd!
Oh, okay then. Go ahead and explain for all of us here, since you know so much.
It's like a bicameral legislate because it's cameral and bi and it
You have no idea what you're talking about, do you?
Can someone please remove him? Thank you.
Okay, just in case the rest of you don't know what a bicameral legislature is, that just means it's made up of two houses. Just like a bicycle has two wheels, a bicameral legislature has two houses. And what I'm proposing is that one of those houses be called the House of Representatives and the other be called the Senate.
And how does the biggest state in the country suggest we determine the number of representatives in each of these houses?
Well, obviously by population, we should represent the people, should we not?
Hi, William Paterson from, itty bitty New Jersey. Mr. Madison, would you like to inform Congress here how many people live in Virginia?
A couple. I mean, do we really need to know?
Try 538,004.
Like I said, a couple.
Does anyone clearly see a problem with literally the largest state in the country creating a branch of the government that clearly benefits them?
Mr. Paterson, you don't need to worry. We promise we'll take care of cute little Rhode Island and Delaware. Yes, we will. Oh, yes, we will.
We are adults who fought in a war for the same rights as you. Not a puppy that listens to your orders and wants its belly rubbed. What I wanted to say before I was rudely interrupted was, why don't we create a unicameral or single house legislature where every state has equal say?
I'm so glad you brought this up. You mean like just in the Articles of Confederation where Rhode Island, literally the smallest state in our entire country, prevented us from raising taxes?
Rhode Island rules. Well, at least our proposal gives every state equal say.
You do realize that my state makes up 20% of the country, do you? Tell me, how can we have democracy if 20% gets just as much say as 2%? Tell me.
Gentlemen, might I interject? I think Mr. Ellsworth and I think we have a proposal that will please actually both of you.
Can it, Connecticut?
Mr. Madison?
Sorry, George.
Mr. Sherman? You have the floor. Thank you. My colleague, Mr. Oliver Ellsworth, and I think you both have great ideas, so why not just combine them together?
I'm not sure what you mean.
Me neither. Well, we'll use the template from Mr. Madison's Virginia plan. We create a Congress that has two parts. The House of Representatives, which gives representation based on population.
Ha!
However, the Senate would give every state equal representation.
Ha! That way things have to pass through both houses before they're approved. Big states and small states aren't pitted against each other, but, are more likely to work together. It was still my idea. Oh my gosh, get over yourself. All right then, it's settled. Thanks to this great compromise, the legislative branch shall be controlled by a Congress made up of two parts. The House of Representatives shall be based on a state's population, and the Senate will be equal, with each state getting 2 senators. Fine, but there is still a literal big problem that we have to address. Oh my gosh, Paterson, what is it now? Look at me, I'm from New Jersey. Meh. See, your lips are moving, but all I hear is Gentlemen. Sorry, George. Sorry, George. All right, what seems to be the problem, Mr. Paterson? Well, again, Virginia has an unfair advantage in terms of population. Not my fault people love living here. Mr. Madison, would you care to tell us how many slaves live in your state? Numbers. I don't think we need them. They're basically the alphabet of math. And, who really likes math? I like math. Security, can we remove this man, please? Thank you. Thank you. Mr. Madison, answer the question. How many slaves live in your state? Well, if you must know, we have... I'm sorry, what was that? I'm sorry, just one more time so we can all hear. We have 220,582. There, are you happy? So really, Virginia only has about 317,000 free people, and I think their representation should be based on that. Why do you get more votes for slaves who have no rights? Hey, wait just a minute. Yeah, we don't give slaves rights, and sure, it almost doubles our population, but we need more representatives because we have more people in our state to take care of. All I'm hearing are excuses. All right, Mr. Numbers Man, how's this for an offer? You let us count 3/5 of our slaves in our population totals, and we agree to pay more taxes since our population will be bigger. Deal? That is a pretty tempting offer. You know what? You have yourself a deal. Do you guys hear yourselves right now? Like this 3/5 compromise everyone just agreed on. You are okay with the fact that you are essentially saying a slave's life is 3/5 of a person. You are all okay with that. Like, you're all okay with this idea of giving states more representatives despite the fact that black people and women basically have no rights in your society. Oh, you know what? I forgot that you're a bunch of old racist white dudes. That's on me. That's my bad. I'm just gonna leave. Hopefully you'll consider giving people rights in the future, but I'm gonna leave. All right, so what will this legislative branch exactly do? Well, we still want to keep the idea of the people being in charge, so what if the legislative branch made laws for the country? That sounds pretty good. What other things should it be able to do? How about the power to declare war? We don't want a president declaring war on other countries at random. They should also approve who the president gives jobs to. Ooh, and we should make them in charge of the bank because, we really need to fix this broken economy. Of course, Alexander Hamilton wants to fix the national bank. Someone's just salty I'm on the $10 bill and they aren't. That's because I'm on the $5,000 bill. A burn. Tell me, how many $5,000 bills are there? Yeah, that's what I thought. Also, last time I checked, I have a musical written about, my entire life, and you are at best a side character in it. Gentlemen. Sorry, George. Sorry, George. Let's get back on track. What should we do, though, if the president abuses his power? Mr. President? I mean, Mr. Washington, are you implying something? Guys, for the last time, I'm not going to be the president. We have been over this. I'm here to help with the new government, and then I'm going home. All I'm saying is what happens if a president is elected and uses their power to help only themselves or hurt the nation. then Congress should be able to remove that leader from office. We could have the House issue the charges,
and the Senate could put them on trial.
That was pretty cool. It was like we finished each other's
thoughts and ideas about a perfectly balanced government system.
I was going to say sentences, but sure.
What should we call this presidential removal process? How about impeachment? Impeachment.
Works for me.
Okay, well, we've gotten a lot of things taken care of today. Let's write down our ideas about this first article so the people know the government is still about representing their needs, in this case, through Congress.